Dice Legacy. This game is so cool. It's been inspired obviously by board games that are using dice placement as workers. Like this die here is actually a soldier die. So when it gets rolled, if there is a the top of it here knows a sword, that means he can attack, and the fire one here means he can actually go and attack a building. Let me go in and show you how this works, because its inspiration from a board game is so well implemented and it transcends into an amazing video game. So let me load in. Now I'm pretty much at the start, but I've got all the mechanics down, so I really want to give you my first impressions on the first part of the video, and I will come back to show you some later game stuff. Orange dice, they are like the poor. They can do a bit of everything. Green are educated. They can do research for you. And the blue are your soldiers. So let's go in. Now, I'm actually going to pause the time. And winter's just come in. So in the winter, I can't use my farm. You're essentially washed up on this place and you're starting to build. I've done all these buildings, and the territory to the north here is unknown. I have built a military outpost here, and I can attack buildings, and I've actually attacked them all, so I'm pretty safe. They are going to come in from the mist though and attack me, and I'll need my soldiers for dealing with them. Now, when the dice rolls, you can see here my blue dice, they're all on defend. And I've locked these dice, so when I roll my dice, these will not get rolled. Now 12 is its efficiency. And every time I do a roll, its efficiency will go down, so that 12 will go to 11. Now, some spots on the board, for example, the mill here, I have to select 2 wheat from my stock at the left. I don't actually have any, but I've got 24 food for winter. That doesn't really worry me. I was actually using the mill during summer, so I was making a lot of this. Now, there are certain spots where it will need, for example, the farm needs 2 workers. And if I look at this worker die here, the worker one is the cog wheel. So I'm going to need 2 peasants on that. Now the educated ones, I've been upgrading these dice. The educated ones here, if I get the die roll where it's the cog wheel and the 2, I can actually put that on my farm instead of 2 dice. So that is effectively 2 dice there. And over here, at the workshop here, where I'm studying for technology, you need 3 dice on there, but one of the dice here is I upgraded it to a 2, because this building here, the enchantment chamber, you select a die. So let's say it's this guy here, so he's not got this is like a level 1 if you like. If I put the die in here, it will actually stamp a 2 on that die face, so you make them stronger. I've been effectively making my soldiers stronger, and my citizens, they're called. Peasants are the orange, and etc. Now you could when I bring it in now, let's bring it in slowly. I'm going to have to do a dice roll. This die here is going to die if I use him, so I'm going to... Whoa, not all of them. Whoa. There you go. I'm going to put him in here, and I'm going to give him some food. That will actually give him some energy, and it'll put the uses up. I'm locking the dice that I don't want to roll, though. Let's roll. I want to keep That one, this guy's looking like he's going to die. Put him there. Give him some food. And some technology is coming in here now very, 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 very soon. So there you can see the dice are coming back. I can actually lift that guy and put him there. And he can actually wait there. The two dice that came back, they're just resting. So I'm going to roll the greens. This green's going to have to go and get healed to show you a bit of how these are working. Cogwheel, no good to me. There's a chance of freezing at the winter, by the way. I can put wood in my steam generator to actually let them work in this area. But I've got 3 frozen dice as it is, so I'm not really going to turn these on yet. In fact, I can just hold the winter out. No one's attacking in winter, so these soldiers are just locked up for the winter. And let's try and get some educated rolls here. There's one. Now I'm going to lock that and roll these. Roll again. There you go. So I've got an educator one. I just want to make sure I've got it in, because if you put a 2 in there, you don't want to do it. This one here, this is like discovery, so you might find something and you can use this die to discover. The higher the dice though, this number 10 will actually give me a very good discovery, whereas if it was down at a 4, this guy who's building at a 4 might not be very efficient at building. Talking of buildings, houses, they make you build, got a house over here to the right, you put 2 peasants in there and you get a peasant, but I'm actually at the limit up here. You can see my dice counter. I can only have 12. If I make another one, I have to throw him away. Just pause that while I go through these buildings, because I might get attacked and stuff. I don't want to be overly thing, but it's a bit like a settler thing. So basically, my farm brings me wheat. I can bring the wheat into the mill to get food, and you can forage food if there's a place to hunt. There were places to hunt, but there's no food left in those areas, so forest to the west, forest to the east, and up here we've got some mines. The barracks here lets you turn a peasant into a soldier. Then I have a school which educates my peasants into citizens, and then the educators are going over here to do research. The cook house, that's the one to actually stop them from dying, and of course you don't want to die. And the district hall, this is going to expand the territory. This is going to be very juicy to get up here. In fact, there's a guy actually coming in here, a raider, so I'm going to have to kick his bum. And you can kind of, it's outside my territory here, you can see my picket fence. You can kind of have a look to see hunting ground. There's a food place there, so I might want to put a district here to actually push that border, and I'll get it if it goes there. So when you build it, it was going to want building people, and I'll show you that in just a second, because we're going to be putting the timer on. I just want to go through these buildings. So basically, district, it lets you push your border out, and you can upgrade it then. For example, this isn't upgraded, and it makes the efficiency of the surrounding buildings, so you get a bonus of efficiency around that. It's nice. Now, production, you can make wheat, mill to make food, brewery is going to make ale, herbalist is an interesting one because it's going to search for herbs, because if you can't find herbs in the area you're in, you can build that. Dairy farm produces food from herbs, so that's an interesting one. Workshop, I have one of them, that's for getting knowledge technologies. We'll have a look at that in just a second. There is also the tax office, produces gold, but it will decrease happiness, and gold is used for upgrading your dice at the minute. If I actually want to put an upgrade on these dice, I have to put them in here. That costs money and herbs at present. Welfare, Apothecary. Now, when I put my dice into combat, they might get hurt. Sometimes my workers will get sick, and I'll need to put them in here, and the herbs are used then to heal them. It costs 2 herbs though, very expensive. A tavern. This is going to be good for me, but I need to actually make some beer to make it, because I can reactivate my frozen dice. But they're going to get frozen anyway in the winter, unless I have a lot of wood, and they take 3 wood for 2 minutes. So I need to put one of these where there's like up here where there's food. That means I can get stone, food, and keep my workers busy there. That's probably what I'm going to do in the future. This one's quite good. Holds festivals that can increase the happiness of a dice class. What the hell does that mean? Well, up here in my classes, I've got peasant. You can see the happiness. This is them to go on. They can go on strike, you see, or they can produce extra resources. So if I get a town square, that can put that up. Soldiers are very, very happy, because I've been... every time the year passes around, you enact a new policy, and I've got I made my soldiers survive the winter. They're not going to get frozen because I've upgraded them with padded armor. So that's fantastic. And I put new faces on the die because I've been upgrading my soldiers, so they're very, very happy with me. There is more 2 slots here for merchant dice and monk dice, but I've had no need for any of that yet. This is interesting, an almshouse. So this is just going to revert a die back into a peasant die. Manipulation, the enchantment one will then upgrade the upper face of a die, which is really cool. I've got an objective here to unlock the forge. This is in the technology tree. Put 2 dice together into a powerful construct die. Ooh, what's that? Don't know. Laboratory. Extract 6 faces from the die. Dice then form a construct die. So these are so you either use 2 die to get a construct, or you get 6 faces from a die to make a construct. I think this construct is design your own die. But in the second half of my video, I'll explain that, because I'm only giving you the basics here. Obelisk ascends a die. I don't know what that is as well. It's a bit mysterious in here. Barracks then to get your soldier die. The outpost lets me raid them. I've got one up here now. That was how I could raiding. You can get tower, which gives an attack bonus to all your structures around that. So on your front lines, you might want a tower. That needs to be unlocked. Any die into a soldier die is the military academy. And catapult as well that I can use. So that if you've got coming against a very tough enemy, you might want to catapult in. There is economy for trading, markets and stuff. Not done any of this yet. And there is also a religious tab to go through. So there's quite a lot of different buildings to do. Now I've got a soldier coming in on my border, so let's get back to the dice. And you face that, mister. He can go building. He needs another builder, so let's roll the dice for a builder. He came back. He didn't get injured. Let's lock him on that. We're still looking for a builder, so I'm going to have to roll again. Oh, I've got 2 on the research. Let's put these back in there. So that's 2, and just need 1 there, and another one for construction. So that'll get building up there on a timer. And more research is coming in, which is fantastic. I can put this guy to chop trees here, but that's a bit risking it for a biscuit. I'm going to try, when this border expands on after this comes out, I will put a steam tower up here, I think, is what's going to happen. So I'm going to lock this die, stop you from rolling. And just pause it there. I'm going to go to the research. So technologies for gathering, this is really important. Production-wise, I've just increased this for food production, which is why this is up at 21. It's quite high. I've got this to level 2 really, because these productions are very, very good. Wheat, food, they're all really interesting. Increases knowledge produced by the workshop by 1. So if you really want to push your research of all this, you want to come down this track, and this is going to be really good to get. Now, to upgrade, say, technologies in production, it does cost a lot of resources. Like that's 18 wood there. So lots of chopping, and I will get block printing unlocked because it doesn't need a feed off something, and it's going to cost 3 for the research. It's actually something I really want to get, is to maximize my research. I'm actually going to go with that, but I need lots of tree chopping. Now this keeps this area warm, which is 1 tree, and that's not efficient enough, and I'd really want to blow that building up, but I don't know how to do it. Well, peeps, this is my first thoughts. Well, let's pause it. I'm getting the border pushed now, and it looks like the camp is up here who's attacking me, and I've got an explore dice to go up there. Yes, so I need an explore dice. Let's rock and roll. There's no scrolling left and right. You're kind of just scrolling forward. There's another attacker coming, so let's get my big guy on him. Really easy. That guy's really strong. Let's roll. Researcher 2, take that one. These two are getting very close to death. Now, if I use this guy, he will come back as a 0, and I have to heal him that round, so that's not too shabby. But him, I'm just gonna get him healed. The border should have expanded, yes, and it's coming into summer. So if I look up here, chance of freezing down at 15%. I've got these guys here that I've got to send some explorers in, and you can see lots of buildings down here. Ruins that I've got to look at, a nice iron mine there, and unknown encampments. So peeps, this is the first part of the video. I've kind of shown you how dice rolling is working, and as we're coming into summer, these dice down here should start to unfreeze, and let's get these guys in the trees because we need wood coming in. So essentially you're just throwing your workers into when you get the right signs, and the research, I've got 4 research points now. Like I say, I'm going to be saving up to get interesting stuff, but if you look, you can get even more wood, so you really can get a fantastic amount of things if you go down the tech trees, which is what I'm going for, but I need 18 wood. Well peeps, I'm telling you now, this what I've done is maybe a couple of hours in the game. It teaches you all this different buildings that you're doing, and I'm really loving it. I can't wait. Oh, there's an attacker coming in. There you go. Do it. He actually got that quite far in my border, that guy. I can't wait to go up this, and I know you're going to get bosses and things like that as you go up, so it is really, really interesting. I like there's a cap as well for your dice, so you just can't get loads of people coming out, and I love that as well. Coming into summer now, and yeah, super, super cool. I loving it so far, really am. The farm should come back on, there we go, and this is the end of the year. There we go. So the council are back in. mobilization. So you can choose one of these edicts or policies. It will actually make those people happy as well. So yeah, it's pretty good. At the start of each season, gain 1 knowledge per different location type. Every building that allows a die to be converted into a different class. You know, so you've got these interesting ones to look for. Anyway, I'm going to skip ahead to later on in the game to give you my final thoughts on this as I play lots more hours of it. But this is the early bit, my early impressions. It looks phenomenal and I can't wait to get my teeth sunk into this amazing game and go through it. So, peeps, let's jump to further on in the game. Alright, peeps, I finished the first bit of the game. Oh, it was really, really good. You're always needing to move up the map due to your resources running out, and it's really fascinating as you get the tech tree running up. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Bosses will be coming out as well. It's like a base that you've got to take down at the end with a big army and things like that. Really cool. But you can ascend dies, but I kind of was so angry at him sending units down at me that I was on the attack, and I really took him out big time. But I could have slowed it down near the end and ascended a die. That'll let you bring him into the next round. One of them's so cool because you can effectively make your own 6-sided die by destroying 6 dice faces to put on it, which you get like a fantastic super die if you do that. Although as soon as you turn a die from a peasant into a soldier or even a citizen, it really annoys the peasants. They might go on strike, and if that happens, you're going to lose the game, so you need to be careful. You can build like a... I can't remember the word. It's like a town centre, and you can have like a party. You put a party on for them, and it makes them happy. You just need to be mindful of that. It's really, really cool, so I was like really excited to see where it's going next. Excuse me. Now, in the game when you load it, it is persistent, so you lose your save if you finish that campaign or die. So it has this aspect of permadeath, there's no reloading. So the legacy aspect is bringing dice to the next game. Legacy probably means new rules in a board game as you go through, and I think that is going to happen here because Stranded's the map I did, and it was difficult. You've got to get to grips with the mechanics here. But there are 5 others, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the minute. First one is constant winter. And I think once you've played this first one, you know what how these are going to affect the game. That's going to be really tight. This is going to make the others, the faction, really difficult. Because they're bigger. Less resources means you are going to be constantly moving and nomadically up the map. Bureaucracy, everything's slower. That could be fun. By the way, all these only unlock once you've done the first scenario. Nature's turned its back on men. Mines don't provide any gold, so you'll have to do trading with the NPCs with this one. Buildings can catch on fire. Yeah, you can get your workers to put them out. Frozen dice are not healed at the beginning of summer. And if all dice are frozen, the game is lost. You kind of learn about keeping your dice from freezing in the base game. Base scenario, I should say. 6 faces. You only have 6 dice. Oh my god. That is going to be... Excuse me, that's going to be very challenging. Indeed. So there's Stranded. I'm actually going to start 6 faces because this is like an ultimate challenge for me. I just want to see, is the map going to be different on each scenario? So let's begin. Now, which one did I unlock for doing it? I actually finished the map on my second turn. I actually died on my first attempt because of my men revolting on me. Because I didn't consider that. You need to be careful. Okay, he's the guy you start off with. He's Stranded King. You get extra attack on your towers. Fantastic. You're going to get a starting technology of the enchantment chamber with this guy. That might sound really good, but it's like 1 research. It's not that good. And I got this guy, the Corrupted. What the hell is this guy? He looks really like no bonuses. So let's go with him. Oh, we get some... Oh! One of the faces of the die can't be used. Oh. And it will spread on the dice if 3 of them... So if 3 of these greens are rolled, it will then take out another die. Ooh, that guy's... That's like playing rock hard mode. This guy comes with military dice. I might start with him. But this guy starts with... Educators. I'm going to go with this one because I think the tower is very, very strong. And you can obviously put the difficulty up here. Legacy. Resources are hard. People are harder to please. You can't pause the game. This is how we experience the game. Okay. I played it on standard. It was hard. It is hard, but satisfyingly hard. Let's go in on standard. Oh no, let's go in legacy. Why not? I just want to see the map. So, really, really happy. It's fascinating. There's nothing like this on the market. Be tenacious. Be courageous. It looks like the first map as you're coming in on a boat. Let's see if the world is different. Not particularly. It looks the same. I have to say that. But I don't know how many of these scenarios I will want to play. I kind of want to be doing it for like a little bit of fun at the minute. You know, and this is the... I've got a limit of 6. Oh my goodness. A limit of 6. There the workers are going out. You can get that wood there, and these two can't do gibber also. Really can't do anything. And there's no tutorial. Well, I need to get the house. House up and running. So, yeah, this is what it's going to be like, peeps. And you're just going to be in a scenario to actually advance down the map and take out the boss at the end. Oh, look, it is. You can't pause it. Very nice. Die comes back. Rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. And you're going to be trying to build things up. So, yeah, nice. A wheat farm. Let's get the farm on the go. And highly, highly recommend it, peeps. I'm having a blast here playing the game. This is why I'm kind of wanting to play it again. I don't think I'll put them in there, can I? No. If I've only got 6 die, that's a strange combo. I went with these blues. But again, it's for the towers. Towers! Make them stronger. So it's really just changing up the rules. And you always start want knowledge here. And look, you can just get the enchantment chamber with that. It's really good. On the military track, though, you get the towers up, the range, and then you give them crossbows to give them more power. Amazing. And when you advance the map with the district hut, you can slot a die in there to make it a certain district. So if you put a blue die in there, make it a military district. And if you've got towers inside of its range, they will have more attack, and that's the way to go with towers. They must be in a military district for them to really work optimally, and I really like that indeed. Well, I might as well just lock this. I guess they're good for building, these soldiers, if I get the build icon. Oh, I'm gonna get the 6th die! How exciting! Just lock that. I'm trying to get build. This is what you'll be doing when you want to get your die roll. Oh my goodness. There. But, yeah, so there you go. My final thoughts on it. Really interesting. It feels like an RTS as you go up the map. I really like the challenge of these scenarios as well. It might feel a bit different. In fact, looking at it from here, maybe it is. And I want to know how the ascending the die works and all that jazz. This is in manipulation. The forge, you put 2 dice together to make a construct. It's like 50-50 if it's going to be good or bad, though, and I keep getting bad ones when I do that. The laboratory extracts 6 faces from 6 dice to form a construct die. That's create your own 6-sided die, great. And then the obelisk here, where you can ascend it. So you'll lose that die, but you can use it in another round. So that's kind of the legacy. You can bring in a super worker, and I guess if you're doing a 6 like I'm doing now, you probably want to start it with your ascended die, and so yeah, just keep sending these out. Nothing for that guy yet. I want a cog. Come on. In fact, we are trying to build here, aren't we? Sometimes you forget what's happening. But yeah, so there we go, peeps. Once you've done the first one, you get to grips with mostly what's happening, and you're going to be coming in with these tight scenarios. This one's a really tight one with 6 dice. And I guess you'll be waiting because all your dice are going to be out there. And you'll have a fantastic time, I think. Just got to feed this die. He's getting a bit weak. There you go. And, yes, it's so good, peeps. There you go, peeps. Dice Legacy. I really had fun with that first scenario. And when I beat it, unlocked all these new cards to go out with. Probably going to play this one, see how it runs, and then might consider going another one. Just be aware that there's no kind of campaign per se. It's more of scenario based. But it is kind of fresh, original, innovative, and depth to what you're doing here. It's like your engine building, you're building strongly. When you get to the end of the map, you're going to be converting your dice into soldier dice. There's a special military building, the Academy, and the Academy has its own tech tree, which means that your dice are going to have extra powers, will have more attacking buildings and extra powers, so you can really blast that out. Catapults, closer range, and all that really good stuff. Economy here, this is going to be interesting how this one works, because you can get a market that produces gold, can annoy your people though. You get mercenaries dice as well. And over here you can actually build a theatre. And so that's going to be good for farms and interesting. It farms and mining and gathering is that one. It's a bit weird, the theatre, but you can go down that way with economy. And other stuff I did not see in the religion was monument, which is like a grand heal, it looks like. Restore some durability to all dice in a pool. Yeah. I didn't actually see what that was, and that's potentially going to need 2 monks to do it or something like that. I'll have the ones on the right usually harder, but yeah. Stuff that you don't need in that first one, but you might need in other scenarios, so you instantly know that it's going to be a different journey on each scenario as it works. So there you go, peeps. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave down in the comments any questions you've got at the game, and I can give you some more answers to how it is. And yeah, please think about subscribing if you like following the PC gaming channel, because I'm looking at like lots of indies that aren't getting covered at the minute, which is very, very strange. And yeah, check out my best games I played over the last 12 months as well, because there's some fantastic indies in that list that you don't want to miss. But yeah, I'm still got my GTX 980, hoping for a 3000 card, or hashtag wait for the 4000, because just can't get one here in Mexico. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun. You take care. Oh, by the way, this has been PCGamer Radio. I've been the host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now. Well, thanks for watching. And if you remember, you can please subscribe and like the video. And remember, you can also hit the bell for notices on the channel. Yeah, we've also got a Twitter you can see on our banner, so check that out too. So take care and bye-bye.